Fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're the first to know when new episodes are available. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Clydesdale Media Roundtable. My name is Scott Schweitzer, and I don't even know who the hell this person is on the screen with me.
Hi.
It's been a minute.
Right? Hi.
So how are you?
I'm good. Nice to be back.
Yeah, good to have you back.
What's been going on? Not much, right?
No, not at all. We're launching new shows. We're getting ready for the games. We're putting together a documentary. We're doing like all kinds of stuff.
I love it. You guys are crushing it.
So, Corey, I'm going to answer your question. Oh, wow. I have a wrench. Yeah. So it's been a minute since I went into the admin screen and made sure that our loyal listeners, who we trust to monitor our chats, get a wrench. And so I went through and updated that list, removed some people, added some people, and you were one of the lucky few, Corey, that we trust to monitor our chat. Yep. So didn't even ask your permission, just gave you the wrench.
Shut down the trolls for us.
There you go. So, yeah. Lex, you should have a wrench.
Can we say hi to this creature for a second?
We can.
This is Leia. She's crazy. But look how cute
Princess Leia.
Yes. She's a sheepadoodle. I like to call her a crackadoodle because she's crazy. This is my stepdaughter.
Very nice.
Okay. Goodbye. Thank you.
So yeah, Lex is crying because she made it into the wrench club. Yeah. And Lex says doodles are the best. And she should know since she has a couple of them.
They have a few. Yep. We should talk about grooming. I groomed this one the other day, shaved her down and gave her a pretty little hairstyle. It was pretty fun. I don't know if Lex and Carolyn do that or not on their own, but getting her groomed is a pain and it's really expensive.
So you actually styled the doodle hair?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's looks gorgeous. We shaved her down and then she's got she's got fluffy paws. Look at these fluffy paws. They're the cutest. We left them fluffy. And then she has this little thing on her tail. I left her with like a little floof on the back of her tail.
So I'm sure Charlie's thinking the same thing. Is this a new profession that we're going down?
I've always said I would like to put a grooming studio in the gym. I think that would be so cool. I have all that room in the lobby that's just sitting there. And when I was trying to get Bumper groomed, my golden retriever, it was like nobody was taking new dogs or they were booking out like 8 months out. And I thought, well, maybe I could like get some people to do it at the gym. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm pretty good at it.
I don't know like how bougie I am. My wife set this up, but we have a groomer that comes to the house.
Okay, nice.
And so it's one of those big like mobile grooming trucks.
Yep.
And so she comes to the door, she grabs Walter, they go off to the truck for an hour. Walter comes back all shampooed, nice, smelling cool.
Yeah.
And with a nice haircut.
So I did that with Bumper one time at my house, and he was like petrified to go into the van with the guy. Like the guy was giving weird vibes. And then I felt so guilty the whole time he was in there because I couldn't see what was happening. And I was wondering, like, I wonder if he's not behaving, if he's not being treated very well. Because it's not like you've got the window pane at the PetSmart where you can see exactly how your dog's being treated, which one time Bumper was not treated well there, and I never took him back again. A lady was like kind of like smacking him and stuff for doing nothing. So I don't know. I think I'd rather do it myself.
Yeah, Walter gets excited for this groomer, so
that's good.
They must have formed a good relationship.
Good vibes.
Yeah. As soon as she comes to the door, he's all excited and ready to go.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So Charlie, what do you do with your dog?
Listen,
Nothing.
he bathes himself.
It's like a cat.
It's like a cat. If you don't bathe, it's like the kids. It's just every now and then we'll just throw some water on you and keep moving.
Love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
my
I
other
can
dogs, we haven't bathed Dash in years, I don't think. The last time was when he got skunked maybe 4 or 5 years ago. He hasn't had a bath since then. Or needed it, really.
Thank goodness Walter's never been skunked.
It's the worst.
Yeah, that happened to my neighbors, and it's awful.
Yeah, our previous dog got skunked, and it just was the worst.
Well, did I tell you guys about the time when my dogs got skunked? We have a dog door that goes in and out of the house, and I was gone all day. No one was home, and the dogs got skunked. They came inside. They slept on the couch. They slept on the bed. They went through the house. They did their thing. They went out. They got skunked again. They came back in. So when I got to the house, I was ready to burn it down. Like, it smelled so bad. Every single piece of fabric in that house had skunk smell on it. It was the worst.
Yeah, reason 5,000 not to get a doggy door.
Seriously, it was awful.
I got a story similar to that.
What
We were
happened?
at a neighbor's house. There's 3 neighbors that are kind of in a cluster, and we were watching. I want to say maybe it was the Super Bowl. I can't remember what it was. But I went back to my house and I saw one neighbor left their dog out. So I just went in and opened the door so he could go in the house. Later, come find out he had gotten sprayed.
Oh no!
So I just let the skunk
No,
spray
back in
dog
the house.
into their house. So they got home and they were like, "What is that smell?" And find out it was their dog. And I was like, "Ooh,
Oh,
sorry."
oops! Trying to do something nice.
Trying to be nice.
Not so much. The
So you
worst
guys
part
have
of that
to talk.
story was how we got rid of the skunk, because it wouldn't leave the yard, and we called our neighbor who had a firearm, and he wouldn't shoot it, and so the skunk may have met its demise via dumbbell.
Dumbbell? How would you? That sounds like a terrible idea.
I
You're
know.
definitely getting sprayed.
Well, how did you get close enough?
I don't
That's
know. I
like-
didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Wow.
That
Apparently,
baseball
it
player
took
was
2 attempts. It took 2 attempts. I was mortified.
I mean, I know there's workouts that kill me with a dumbbell, but
Yeah, it was
Way
really
different.
bad. You guys know I'm like the biggest animal lover, but it wasn't for lack of trying many other options, like calling wildlife rescue. Nobody would help us. So, yeah, that happened. I regret it.
wow. Well, something wild happened to me yesterday. I went, the UPS guy came, and there was a package, and it was from Tier Wadapalooza.
Hmm.
And I was like, huh, that's really odd. And some of you may know this, but so I opened the box, and in it is this wooden box. It says celebrate coast to coast. And when you
I love
open
it.
it up, whoop, sticker fell out. There are 2 tickets to the new tier event, Wadapalooza in California.
Awesome.
And so there are the tickets.
That's legit, Scott.
And there's like that stuff. And then I'm really doing this backwards and mirrored. And tier sunglasses.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
Look at you.
So that is their way. It also had this like cool sticker of this like cruising van.
They must not have had my address, I guess, huh?
So they announced that they are adding an event to the schedule in the off season. There will be a Wadapalooza, California, and there will be a Wadapalooza, Miami. And it will be held in September in California, Huntington Beach, on the beach, which is about 50 miles south of LAX. And what I'll do is I'm going to share my screen, because they have posted a video.
Oh, I think I saw this on Dylan's Instagram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's play the music. Sure. Yeah, that'll get us demonetized. So we'll just stop that right there.
Too late.
That was less than 7 seconds, I think.
We don't own the rights.
Yeah. So anyway, Huntington Beach, big pier, beautiful area. There's like staggered seating just off the beach. So it's like made for
nice,
like a beach event. So I hope it's going to be all on the beach. That will be freaking awesome. But
cool.
I'm super excited for that, and love that Loud and Live is expanding.
Mm-hmm.
So another opportunity for the West Coasters to catch that Wadapalooza vibe.
Now, this isn't gonna be this September, right? It's
24, I believe.
Okay, right. So so next year, right on the heels of the CrossFit Games.
Pretty much.
Presumably.
Yep,
it's like a month later.
It's a full 2 months. Full 2 months.
Is it October?
September.
It's the very end of September.
Okay.
So September 20th, 22nd through 22nd, 2024.
That'll be interesting. Be curious to see how the athletes feel about that. I mean, us as fans, it's great, right? We'll go anywhere, everywhere.
I wonder about that because when you look at the European athletes, they're competing still right now, like leading up to the games. Like, ain't no big thing. We're just going to keep making money where we can.
True.
And then it's the States. Like, I think you're like Medeiros and your Amanda Barnhart's and all that, like your perennial top 10, they're probably not going to do it. But you have all those like 20 through 40 that need to make some cash, right? And get some exposure and get their name out there.
And or it's an opportunity for a lot of those bubble athletes to train for something.
Right.
In the time between semifinals and the games.
This whole load management business. Just get out there and do stuff.
Right. Stop complaining. Just work out. Speaking of workouts,
Charlie, so much time.
Before we get to the workouts, if Lex is still in the chat and Carolyn's in there too, like they're an elite athlete. Would you compete 2 months after the games? We'll just throw it out to them while we talk about our workouts.
Yeah, I think it depends on how much money's at stake because people do it for Rogue, 8 weeks out or whatever, or 12 weeks out.
Yeah. So did you guys work out today?
I did.
Charlie,
what'd you do?
We had a 15-minute Tabata Echo bike, 30 on, 30 off.
Ugh.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross.
And really showed how bad cardio is.
How's your hip doing?
Hip is good. It's not very strong at this point. We went to a PT that Scott also goes to or has gone to. Mm-hmm. And I think she tried to kill me. So
okay.
She really exposed some weaknesses, which now that they're not exposed, coming for you, Corey, still. They will be stronger. Not really sure how I have 5 kids, but because my hips and glutes just don't work. So
Charlie and I were talking yesterday after our new show, and we were talking about how that going to that PT person, it is a full hour. You are moving or being treated every minute of that hour. And at the end of it, it is worse than a workout.
It was sweating. She did dry needling.
Then she nice.
Put like a TENS unit on the dry needles.
Yep.
So then I was like, well, I don't know what's happening.
Was that yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
And now homework, and I don't like homework.
Has it been 24 hours yet?
Yes, just now.
Did it feel like someone put a sledgehammer to your body after the first 24 hours for me is so bad after dry needling? Then it's really good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. that whole side was just like, what's happening here?
Yeah. Oh no, what have I done? Good. Well, I
Yeah,
hope it works
it's
for you
good.
because I've had great success with dry needling. I really like it.
So you did today's cat ibex?
I think so. Yeah. We did what did we do? Double unders and hang cleans. Yep, for 6 rounds. And then we did the rowing wall ball box jump thing. My shoulder's kind of jacked up. It's been jacked up for a while now. And 10-pound wall balls hurt my shoulder. Throwing it and catching it.
Yeah, for me, the wall ball has been the hardest thing for me to come back from my back stuff.
Oh,
Like
really?
that's the one movement that like I just cannot get to back where I was stringing a bunch together. And so I did medicine ball thrusters
Oh, okay.
today just because that's where I felt like I needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes throwing and catching, I get that jar in my back.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's what happens in my shoulder. I get the jarring in my shoulder too when I'm trying to like stiffen up. And I was trying to like favor the one arm when I was pushing or like really using my legs to get the wall ball up there. But even with the 10-pounder, it was kind of irritated. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I started doing dips like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. And dips for some reason always jack my shoulders up. Like I must not be doing them correctly. Never fails. Anytime I try, like ring dips, I get like the front part of my shoulder gets really messed up. And I had tennis elbow 2 months ago and got a cortisone injection and that helped immediately. But I'm about to go back and get my shoulder done too, just so I can feel better because I want to do stuff and I can't.
Corey said, be like Ricky Garrard and do one-armed wall balls.
Yeah, I'd need like the 6-pound wall ball to do that probably.
Carolyn, well, let's start with, she says a lot. So let's go with Lex. It's super close to Rogue and burnout is real, but good for fringe athletes.
Yeah.
Carolyn follows up with, it depends on a few factors. I don't see as many games athletes participating there in September with Rogue the next month. Rogue is so selective though. That's still only top 15 and 5 qualifiers.
Right.
And that leaves another 20 games athletes that don't get that opportunity. And then she says, I think most will just start working out in early September. They could maybe do team there. I more so think it's a better comp for semifinal athletes, teens, masters, etc. It also depends on money. And then I'm sure there will be some games athletes who will do it knowing not many will be there and try to win and get extra money. So, yeah.
So,
and I think we're all just waiting for more information on it.
I want to note that I heard from our 4th member of our squad here, and she actually worked out as well today.
Of course she did.
And she did
margaritas for time.
No, she did the chipper we did yesterday, which was 3,000 meters on the Echo bike, 10 man makers, 20,000 meters on the run, which she did on a treadmill, 10 man makers, and then 1,000 should be ski erg, but she ran because she's at a fabulous resort in Mexico, and then 10 man makers. So this is what our Amy does on vacation. She works out.
She's intense. That's why we love her.
She keeps the rest of us on track.
Scott, for tomorrow, what's a renegade row? Remind me.
So
it's like a
remember,
push-up and then
I can't see tomorrow yet.
Okay, well, but you've done renegade rows before, right? Isn't it a push-up and then like a row and a row when you're down in that plank position?
I thought it was more like a pull with a band.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll ask on the chat or on the thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw. I haven't even said it on here. Have you seen the makeover our gym got because they have changed the name from CrossFit Polaris to Ibex headquarters?
Oh, really?
It looks nice in there.
So it is fresh coat of paint outside and inside. They got rid of all of the branding of CrossFit Polaris. and now it says Ibex headquarters on the wall.
Are
Well,
they
they got that graffiti one still.
are they still
Yeah.
affiliated, Scott?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they still own the name CrossFit Polaris. And so like
Okay.
if someone makes the games, it will say CrossFit Polaris on their jersey.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
But just the branding and everything, just so it goes along with the programming app and all the stuff like you're doing.
All right, Bruce confirmed I was right about the Renegade row. We shall see. I'm sure someone will tell me I'm wrong tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought it was like the part of like the Man Maker, but their version of it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was confusion last time we did it, and I had to clarify for you.
Okay. Yeah. There was something else that I'm not clear about, but
He
I'll figure it out.
probably has a YouTube on it.
Yeah.
Patrick puts all that stuff on there.
Does he?
Are you still doing the bodybuilding?
I am still doing it.
Nuh-uh.
Still on it.
Day 6, day 9, day.
Well, I got nervous because I thought he was going to talk to me about it when I saw him. So I've been doing it. It's good. It's good because we're doing other stuff because we follow Mayhem, so we're doing other stuff.
Okay.
Still able to get cleans and snatches and all that fun stuff in.
Yeah, generally, if you follow the Ibex programming, you're getting 2 days of bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As part of the programming. And that's what I love about it. You get 1 like all out cardio day, 2 bodybuilding days, and like 3 classic CrossFit-ish.
Yeah, you might once you see Friday's workout, Scott, you may regret the medicine ball thrusters that you did today. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I tell you, the PT girl we go to worked out at Polaris yesterday and did whatever the bar muscle up, whatever deal was, deadlifts.
I didn't go yesterday.
That's protein.
Oh, it was toes to bar deadlifts,
Bar muscle ups,
burpee over bar, and something
clean
else.
and jerks.
Yeah, and clean and jerks. Bar muscle ups must have been like an RX plus for toes to bar.
Right. So she did that and then was done and was like, all right, you ready? I was like, are you going to like relax here for a second? I can give you a minute. She's like, no, I'm good.
Oh, she's legit. That's cool.
She's competed at Legends the last 3 years and was just outside the top 30 for her division in Masters.
Very cool.
And I think she's 40 to 44. And she does not look that at all.
No. She tried to kill me. That's all I know.
So Dubai's first event is going to be scaling the outside of that building for time, no net. I hope that's sarcastic.
I'm sure it is.
It's not good. It's not good for Vellner. Can't really scale nets very well.
No. Or Fraser. Good thing you're retired. So the only other thing I have CrossFit that I wanted to talk about real quick is we've talked a lot over different shows over the last week about the cuts. Dave was on his week in review, addressed that specifically, and stated that it was his decision to go with the cuts. What they were doing before he came back was not as aggressive with the cuts, and it was his decision to be this way with the cuts this year, and he thinks that they are needed to allow them to do more creative things on the weekend. And he didn't defend them in any way. He just justified in his mind what it is that the cuts represent and why they do them. But he did address them head on. The one piece that I did like in that is that he said that he met with the PFAA and had this discussion with them directly. So I think that's good that he is communicating with the PFAA, which was something that there were people that were concerned about that when he took over. So just wanted to update everybody on that if you have not checked out Dave's Week in Review, which if you are not, you should be doing every week if you're a CrossFit fan.
Yeah.
So
It'd be great if people could listen to that on audio.
they can.
Some of them, not all, not many of the latest episodes they can't, but maybe he'll bring that back.
Oh, okay.
I think end of May Week in Review was the last one that ended up on a podcast, up on a audio.
And that was that his decision?
I don't know. That was before he got rehired, so maybe he just is busy.
Okay.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
Cool. Corey did correct us. Vellner was just fine scaling the net. It was the coming down that was the issue.
Well, if you go up, you got to come down.
I don't know who you're referencing by Jared, Nick. Could you please clarify?
From Subway?
I don't think he has access to a computer for a very long time.
Not now.
A very, very long time.
Very, everly long time.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared.
Grabio. I did not see that post. So, anything else going on, guys?
Have any new movements leaked? Are we giving any credence to this, like the rope as a rope muscle ups and that kind of stuff?
Nothing is leaked yet. No events have been announced. I mean, we've talked on other shows about that. I do believe there are leaks. I mean, when you bring all these people in to do testing, some people take the NDAs very seriously, some do not. And so I do think some of the events leak. And that's why you have people doing these crazy things. Like a lot of people are doing the rollover to support now too. So I don't know if that's something people are anticipating as well.
Yeah, I wonder.
But I have seen the rope muscle ups. I've seen the...
Charlie, do you know what the rope muscle ups are? Charlie?
Do I know what they are?
Yeah.
I've seen them before, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The rope across here, like as the rig.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that seems crazy.
Stubby bar cleans. I like a stubby bar.
I thought I would until I tried one. Well, I'm thinking axle bar. And stubby bar may not be axle bar. Carolyn says, I also think a lot of people are trying to think outside the box and predicting what can be there. With Boz programming, lots of creativity.
True. Just watch the circus, see what they do.
So Nick DM me the Jared Graybill post. It's really blurry, so I'm not going to try to pull it up, but basically says that leaders have to make tough decisions, that many times most people on the outside and even on the inside don't have enough context to understand why that was the best possible decision. I don't think Dave needed to make this video to justify his decision. I don't think he would have if this was 2 or 3 years ago. So it's awesome to see his level of transparency and openness, because despite not needing to do it, it's still very helpful for the community to understand the why behind the tough decisions. So that was the post by Jared Graybill. I still don't like the cuts. As I've said in the past, I think the only justification is to fit into a TV schedule.
Right.
Other than that, I think
sucks.
the cuts have been done through the other stages of the season.
I mean, I think the problem too is that just there's no standardization at the games, right? And so athletes don't know, they don't have the opportunity to know what they're getting into before they start trying to qualify for it. And I'm not saying that, if an athlete knew there were cuts, maybe they wouldn't try as hard to make it to the games, but it's just like, it'd be nice to know what's going to happen when you get to that next stage. Maybe you don't know the events necessarily, but at least the structure, because it changes every year. Some predictability would just be nice, I think, for the athletes.
I agree. Yeah, I made a post on Barbell Spin's post about that. My issue with all of this is that CrossFit does not define anything.
Right.
They just assume that this is a direction that everybody wants to go in. They throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks. Don't really research it to find out that it stick because it was good and it had a lot of cheese on it, or did it stick just because it caught a bump on the wall, right? Like, we don't know why it stuck, but we're gonna head in that direction regardless. And I think they just need to stop, define what they want to be, and then set up a season that makes sense. They've never done that. They're just shifting on the fly.
Yep.
And I think the biggest definition they have to come up with is, what is going to help them grow? Is it featuring the athletes and their stories? Is it coming up with the coolest workout you can because you've cut down to 10 people? What is the thing that is drawing people to watch or to come? And I don't think they've stopped to think about that. And the crickets are.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was kind of digesting that. I think too, it'd be great to have.
Well, spaghetti takes a while to digest.
I'd like to see a full year of like all the people that are going to be involved for a whole year. Like, this is a big event. It takes a lot of planning, and we've seen, how Dave takes time to pull everything together. And if he was just brought in, a little bit ago, and Justin was there before, it's like there's too many changes. Like 1 year of stability, personnel wise, location wise, structure wise, qualification wise, would be great. Because I think they keep just making these little changes, and it's really hard. It's kind of like, people that jump programs, right? They don't make progress. Like, just be consistent for a little while and be patient and let it simmer and see what happens. And people get so impatient, they change, and then it's like, you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think we're heading in a direction where there's this thought at CrossFit that it's the event that draws the people. If you look at the documentary is becoming more of an event focus than a people focus.
Mm-hmm.
When you and I got into CrossFit and we drank the Kool-Aid out of a fire hose, it was because of the road to the games and the behind the scenes and all the people we were learning about and why they were doing what they were doing.
Right.
And we're getting away from all of that.
Yeah. This documentary, I haven't finished it yet. I was watching part of it on an airplane last week, but it seems to just be like event to event to event. Here's this event. Here's that event. Here's the next event. Is that
I would argue
how it
that
went?
this one, yeah, I would argue this one is half and half. Like, they didn't even know what, like, it was and neither one of them were done well because it didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's where I think we've gone wrong. It's about, like, the reason you watch American Ninja Warrior, and I use this example all the time, is not because they have to jump from X to Y. It's because their wife is suffering from cerebral palsy, and you want them to finish so that the wife gets joy out of the guy making it across the obstacle.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
That's why. Corey said this is one of the most disjointed games docs I've ever seen. I would agree. And in all honesty, I truly believe they went into this thinking Tia was going to retire, and it was going to be a retirement featuring Tia Doc. And they get into it, or they finish it, and she says, no, I'm not retiring. And now all of a sudden you've lost your ending, and now you're trying to piece it all together after the fact. But
Yeah.
But even that, like, my God, she's won 6 times. She's been featured in 5 other documentaries. Like, I've heard all the stories. I've heard all, like, you know what I mean? Like, can we move on to somebody else that I can learn about?
Yeah.
Yes, she deserves her respect. And yes, she is the only person to do this and is the greatest CrossFitter to ever live, male or female. But we know all the backstory of Tia at this point. Let's learn about some other people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Agreed.
Rant done.
And scene.
So yeah. And Wad Zombie saying, I haven't made a decision whether I like the cuts. I don't think I'm qualified to. I want them to do the whole weekend, but I've heard some other opinions that make sense. And so what I would say to that is, if you want the sport to grow, you need to let people know more than the top 5 athletes or the top 3 athletes in the sport. Because really the only people featured in this last doc were Ricky, Roman, Tia,
Justin?
and Mal.
Mm-hmm.
I would even say Justin got slighted in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So if people don't start learning about the other athletes, then they're not going to care when these people retire. So that's where I think we're headed for a slippery slope. And Bruce, I've said several times on these shows, I do not blame Mariah for this. Yes, she was only given 3 weeks to prep for it. I get that. I do not blame her. I blame CrossFit for the direction they gave her. Because I think she was at the mercy of whatever they were telling her to do. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. So I guess we got into the cut rant again and the documentary.
The documentary rant. What's going on with games prep for you?
So yesterday was a very, very busy day for me.
Mm-hmm.
Emails went out to our team saying that they were eligible or qualified for media credentials, except for one of them. So that was Scramble 1.
Mm-hmm.
None of the credentials said that we had pit passes in the Coliseum. That was Scramble 2. After some back and forth with CrossFit, we got 2 pit passes. In the past, those have been transferable, where you can rotate in and out who has that access.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they are not transferable.
Okay.
And they are limiting everybody and every media team.
I don't think I was in the pit at all last year.
But I think that was by choice because you and Amy had primo seats.
Now, are they not giving seats either? So there are only 2 of you. Okay. So it's just 2 pit passes and then everyone else can sit in seats.
Well, first come, first serve, just like every year.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Those seats are good.
Well, if you get what you and Amy had.
Well, you just have to be, on the ball.
Yeah.
On time.
So there's that. We have expanded our team this year. We're taking 7.
Nice.
We have a team of 7 this year. So we're super excited about that. I'm actually going to try to have them on throughout the next couple of weeks so you can meet the team members that you haven't already met.
Cool.
The team is Charlie, Amy, myself. Regretfully, Kat has to sit out this year, and we're going to miss her dearly. Jamie is going to be our analyst. And then our photographer is Rosie View Photography. She has a real name that everybody knows her as Rosie View. So I'm trying to remember her. Rosie View Photography is our photographer. Teddy Williams is our videographer. And Jake Gazan is our backup both.
Very cool.
Yes, I know her name is Jess. I was going to say Jess, but a lot of people don't know her as Jess. So I was trying to remember her stage name, whatever. Rosie View.
So let's just dispel all the rumors. I'm not going by choice. I wasn't fired or anything like that. I'm still part of the group. I just happen to be going on a vacation the following week of the games. And so going to the games for a week and then doing a family vacation for a week with a gym is pretty much impossible. And so I had to make a choice, and I've been to the games a couple times. I wanted to give other people an opportunity to do that. And, we'll see about next year what happens. I'm sure I'll be back because I do miss it. And I'm sad that I'm not going, but it's all good.
Yeah. And I'm super
We're
excited
getting a team together
because what Jake has offered is unprecedented coverage.
Yeah, that's great. Right.
Of athletes that we would never be able to get without frankly being married to one of them.
Yeah. I think Amy's going to miss me the most because we get affiliate access, but Jamie's an affiliate owner, right? Is she? Oh, she's not. Oh, Bill. Okay. Well, Amy might have to be Catherine Shear for the weekend and just become the affiliate owner of CrossFit Clarity so she can get into all the cool stuff.
Yeah, I think Jamie is they're one of those gyms that you can like level up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the name of it is. So they're not a CrossFit affiliate.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'll have Amy get my stickers and my patches and whatnot while she's there. She can pretend to be me. So do Amy's hair. Amy's pretty good at doing her own hair. I don't think I did Amy's hair last year.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My hair doing skills are reserved for one person and one person only. And that is one Miss Mathilde Garness.
Yes, Mathilde. What does this mean?
Apparently, Roman and I would look really good married.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Explain yourself.
I think when I said that Jake is getting us unprecedented access because he's married to an athlete, that was a comment to
we could get access to Roman.
Married to Roman. So we actually, we're really good friends with his interpreter.
Yeah, she's great. She likes us a lot.
So we do kind of get a little bit of information there from her, but she doesn't spill the beans too much. So yeah. So super excited about that team. Super excited. We got the one person that didn't get his email was Teddy. Teddy was freaking out yesterday. I was freaking out yesterday. And here it was just, he waited like a day or two to send in his app. And so it got put in batch 2. Mm-hmm. And he was already approved. I got confirmation from CrossFit yesterday. So
that's good.
Put him at ease. Yeah. And then, Roman and I snuggling on our floor bed. I don't know where this has gone.
This is staff meeting now. Am I giving you guys that reservation or am I canceling that hotel reservation?
So I think we may need one of them.
Okay.
But not both of them. Okay. I was going to talk to you about that after.
Okay. That's cool.
So yeah.
Awesome.
But I think other than that, we're all prepped. I'm trying to get the final interviews done for the semifinal documentary.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Lining that up for, because I want to get that out before the games, give you all something to watch on your way to the games or as you're waiting for the games to start. So because a lot of people will be taking off content creating a couple days leading up to the game. So if we can have that ready and just release it the week of, that would be good.
And I assume that you guys are going to powwow during the week and come on this channel, right? I mean, if I'm watching from home, getting that broadcaster perspective, I could still jump on and be part of the conversation, right?
Yeah, and we actually probably need to have meetings about this. It may actually be better for you to run the show if you can.
Yeah, from home.
From home,
Mhm.
and us just jump on from different locales.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun
to do that.
Yeah, because I still want to be a part of it, obviously.
Yeah. So,
cool.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that and everything. So, yeah, it should be fun. We're still going to try to. I actually wanted to reach out to Carolyn and see if she could help us out during that week, also doing maybe some previews and stuff. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, Corey. We're actually going to, like, if Kat can't do it from home, like that might be me in the media room, and then have people all over campus.
Yeah, I should be able to pop on here and just, drive, if nothing else. If I haven't been watching during the day, at least I can be behind the scenes and let you guys have a platform to talk about it. And if I have seen it, then I can weigh in as well.
Yeah, because I think it'd be cool this year to, like, do it live from if you could do it, like, have one of us with a phone at the press conference.
Yeah,
and run
that'd
those
be great.
live and things like that. So,
well, last year we had to rely on Charlie to do that. So this year, if you're relying on me to do that, maybe we'll have better success.
Yeah. Oh,
and if Charlie were here, I would still say that to his face.
Yeah, and there's something else I need to tell you right after we get off the air.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So with that, we're going to let you all go. Yeah, we'll try to fill that space for you guys. I know last year when Amy and I drove, we did some, like, IG live stuff from the road on the way. We'll probably do that again this year just to, like, make the trip go faster. Or maybe we'll have Kat lead us on a roundtable as we're driving.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
To the game, something like that. So we'll try to fill some space during that week before the games start. So just say it. We won't listen. Well, most of the stuff I would have on the air, this next one is a little bit confidential that I do have to keep off the air. So, but we will share with you when we can. With that, we will catch everybody next time on the Clydesdale Media Roundtable. Bye.
Later.